What's up, guys? I'm JC.
I'm Casey.
Our names rhyme. And we're going to show you...
You gotta say what band you're from.
And we're in the Relapse Symphony.
We're going to show you left turns.
Oh, man. And we did this first because we'd probably run out.
I know! And we're going to show you how we wrote and play Left Turns in New Jersey by us, Casey and JC.
There we go.
All right, so Left Turn started. Brett actually brought the song pretty much fully written to band practice. It changed a little bit. Some sections changed, but for the most part, from his demo to the final version, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, we had it pretty easy.
Yep.
We didn't have to do a whole lot.
Not a lot of work.
But most of the song was already there, and we all really liked it. So we decided I'll just kind of jam it out in a room.
Yeah, our methodology for coming back and writing new music was, we had the one rule was we had to write it all in a room together. And all these new songs, I think, are the most creative things we've done because they were written in a loud room.
Yeah, there wasn't cool. A lot of overthinking and going home and trying to write the perfect parts.
Should we talk about the intro?
Yeah, for sure.
So it starts with some kind of eerie, reverby, swell, I don't know, in the studio we called them ghost noises. And I think for that we just wanted to set the tone. It's, the song kicks in with a riff, but we wanted there to be some tension before the riff came in. And because it's the first thing we're putting out since 2015, I thought it would be kind of cool if when listeners put it on, they don't hear the band right away, but there's sort of this mood.
Yeah.
And then the guitar interrupts the mood. Yeah. So there's all the reverby stuff, which you'll just have to imagine. And then I hit a chord, I go...
That's it.
Yeah, and it descends into an E, and the whole band comes in, and I think that's kind of cool. Yeah. And then you have some intro stuff.
Along the lines of, it kind of hints a little bit of the main lick, I guess. Yeah, I just want to hit a chord.
Yeah. Yeah. The build-up is usually in time, and then that kicks into a riff that Brett wrote. I tweaked it a little bit because I frankly couldn't figure out the rhythm he had written, so mine follows the snare a little bit closer.
He's a better guitar player than we are.
Yeah, he's better at everything than we are. Shh, don't tell him. But the riff is really cool, and when Brett first showed it to me, I was like, man, this reminds me of a pulsating synth part. And he was like, that's exactly what I want. Mm-hmm. And that part is... Right.
But then when we combined it with kind of the guitar lead that he had written over it, do you want to just play it together?
Yeah, let's try with
that
drummer.
All right. All right, here we go.
Yeah. And then we kick into the fun part.
Yeah, it goes to this super driving, real rock and roll, single note, kind of twangy kind of thing.
And originally, it didn't have the bends that are super exaggerated, but in the studio, I think I got real excited and started going a little over the top. And
it works though.
JK, the producer, was like, "Man, I love those bends. Bend those even more." So they get real bendy. Yeah, so it's.
Yeah. I mean, what more can you say about it? Yeah, well, I'll just show you guys the chorus part, and you can hear it changes a little bit here and there, but it all comes together pretty well, I think.
The chorus?
Yep.
something like that.
It's cool. Yeah.
That third part where it changes is like my favorite part of the whole song.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
it's sick. It's really fun to play, and it's like a cool, like especially like at the very end, like when it cuts down to like halftime.
When we wrote the
second
second verse, we didn't have an idea for the second half of it, and then I just played that. And I looked at Brett like approvingly, like I was like, "Is that working?" He was like, And that just speaks to like how we wrote all these new songs. Like if it felt good in the room, we were like, "Cool."
Yeah.
Like there was no like, "Oh, but does that rub this and is it hooky?"
Well, and then that kind of falls into like what happened next with that, because I'm thinking like, okay, like I don't want to play like exactly the same thing.
Yeah, you did a really
I
cool.
don't even know like I can't even remember whose idea it was, but we take like this like super like tight driving kind of riff and decide to just put really chaotic, terrible sounding like sounds over top of it.
Should we try to do it?
Yeah. You want to try it?
I'm gonna try. Yeah, and then it builds and builds and builds until the bridge, and the bridge is sort of the release, where we descend back into. It's similar to the intro, but then it gets a little fucked up. So it descends back into E, following the chorus. And then do you want to play what you're playing there? I'll just strum an E. Cool, so... That kind of builds, the bass is doing kind of a cool thing, and it's kind of spinning around, and then there's a riff that, because we weren't sure how to get out of it, and then I just played this riff in the room, and it was another one of those moments where I just did it, and I was like, is that okay? And everybody was like, that's cool, and I was like, all right, awesome.
Well, you're saying you've been kind of like, you've had that one for a while.
We'd had this riff for a while. It kind of reminded me of like early My Chemical Romance, but we had it when we were writing Born to Burn, and I remember it was towards the end of writing that, and I was like, guys, I have this thing, I really like it. And everybody liked it, but we couldn't figure out what it was. Like, we were like, is it an intro, is it a verse? We tried to write, nobody could figure it out. So then I just brought it back for this bridge, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to butcher it, but it's it ends on that AFI kind of really thin single note thing.
Yeah.
That's a total like AFI tip of the hat there.
Oh, definitely.
And we, as a band, love to go. We do that all the time.
So yeah, there's just like a simple lead that goes after it, but at the end, like it ends on like both of us at the same time, just kind of end on these like gnarly chords, but it works so perfectly.
Do you want to try them?
And yeah, so while JC's playing the bridge riff, I just play just kind of like this cool like open chord progression kind of thing. Yeah.
That's awesome. I gotta give you props because I had written for it a really basic version of that, which is not as cool. It was like, yours is way cooler. And then we come out of that, so there's that, and then it goes back into the chorus. Mm-hmm. Then it ends with that. And then it's over. And that's Left Turns in New Jersey. The first of many new tunes. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Check out the new song, Left Turns in New Jersey. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, YouTube, all that stuff.
It's everywhere. Go check it out.